welcome back to Film Watches. I'm Phil and this is the watch. Wow, look at this watch. Honey, rate this watch 1 to 10.
Give it a solid 5.
Solid 5. Hi friends, this is the Longines Conquest GMT. A lot of people sleep on my boy Longines. They have been in the watchmaking game for 2 centuries now, and they make very nice watches at their price point. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what I like and dislike about this watch, give you guys my view on it. So remember to like and subscribe because your boy is trying to level up. Let's talk about the box. It's a standard looking box. It's the square one. So you see one, you see them all. Nothing special, just your normal square looking box. So this watch was first introduced about 8 or 9 years ago now. So it's an old watch, but I think it's even worth buying in 2021. So why is that? It has some very good standout features. The design is sleek looking. I personally like Longines as a brand. You have, 200 years of history. The prices I found are very fair for the quality. And they also introduced some cool models over the years and not scared to innovate like some brands. Some that comes to mind are their V.H.P line, their Heritage line, and their Spirit line. So let's take a look at this Conquest line. So the Conquest line was first introduced in 1954. You can definitely see some resemblance here in the indices and hands. It's kind of a modern twist with history behind it. So this watch has 50 meters of water resistance. It has a 41mm case, sapphire crystal with AR coating. It has those huge pointy crown guards and a date display. So the date display is what's making this watch different from others. When you look at the date, it's placed all the way outside, right? Along the edge. And whereas usually it would be placed more towards the center. That's because the movement is smaller than the dial. Not in this case though. That's what makes it special. But I like the funkiness and different approach that Longines employ here. Speaking of the movement, it's powered by Longines L704, which is just an ETA movement but modified. So it's reliable and robust. However, you can't adjust the hour hand independently. It has 46 hours of power reserve and beats at a frequency of 28,800. It also has a loud ass rotor. Just listen to it. Right, come on now, come on. Longines are very good at making their dials. So this one is very bold and classy. I love the sunburst black on this one. You can look gray at times and completely dark in others. So the hour markings are also very good looking. Especially the 6 and the 12, which makes the dial pop out and more masculine. So the case, I don't get this case. First, it has a 41mm case diameter, a lug width of 20mm, a thickness of 14.4mm, and a 49.8mm lug to lug. So this watch, as you can see, is thick with 2 C's. But it fits nicely because the lug to lug is not too long and the lug actually tapers down. So it fits more within your circular wrist. So if you're a person that's used to wearing thicker watches, you could get this and not be too bothered by it. Personally, that's what deters me away from wearing this watch. So the bezel is polished and is as smooth as a baby's butt. And it's also quite fat too. The hands, they took inspiration from the vintage Longines model. And the lume application on the minutes and hour hand is good too. The minutes hand extends far enough to tell the time accurately. The crown is not screwed down. However, I don't see a reason for it to be screwed down because it has these fat crown guards holding it. So no need. The bracelet with the polished links makes it more dressy than I would like, but I could see how some people would like it. I think it's made for some businessman or airline pilot. I think that kind of lifestyle would really fit this watch. I think at 41 millimeters, this watch is a little too big for myself, but I see how if you have a more than a 6.5 inch wrist, this could fit you nicely. So let's talk about the price, right? So the price for this one is $1,600 new, and for used, you could find it under $1,000. So for that, I think it's a bargain because you're getting all of these specs. I typically buy all my watches used, so if you could find one below 1K, why not jump on it? It's better than a lot of the other GMTs out there. Let's talk about the goods and bads about this watch. The goods, you're getting a lot for the price point. It's very stylish, so that has to be worth something. Also, Longines is not like Rolex, so people don't really know what you're wearing, but Longines is a respected brand in the watch community and have a rich history. You're also getting a lot for the price. For example, nice robust movement, applied markers, and a very nicely finished tube. The bads, however, for example, it's a thick watch, right? So it does get kind of tiring. I can really feel it on my wrist. The movement is also louder than I would like. Who is this watch for? Well, if you want an automatic GMT without having to break the bank, I think this is the way to go, right? There's newer GMTs out there, but Longines is such a respected company, and with a lot of history, you can't go wrong with this one. So if you're like a businessman, like I said, or a pilot, I think this watch will really fit your lifestyle, especially with the GMT function. So, how do you feel about Longines as a brand? Let me know down in the comments, and remember to like and subscribe. In the next episode of Film Watches, we're going to talk about the Black Bay 58. Let's go!